Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, or welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Brianna Watson. It's a pleasure to meet you, or pleasure to see you yet again. So I went on vacation, yay, last week. It felt good to get away from work, with all the shit that was going on at work. Yeah, I'm happy. So I do have a journal. I wrote down everything that's happened. That happened during the vacation. I also have cameras. I also have photos of everything. So this was June 14th up to the 21st of this year. I'm just gonna read it off. I also kind of gave letters to the people in the story except Mom. I will say my mom. I will also say my dad, because y'all know I live with my parents. You've also seen my dad in one of my live streams. So, boop. So June 14th, 2024. This is day one of the trip. Mama and I left really early, around 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. I was reading for 2 hours in the car ride. We only stopped once for a potty break. We arrived at about 1:30 p.m. and we stopped at a place called Finn's for lunch. $26 for me and Mom. Love Delaware because it's a tax-free state. Anyway, we hung around the condos for a few hours. Jay and the others finally arrived at about 5 p.m. We all figured out the sleeping arrangements in the second condo. We just hung around until bedtime. I have to stop yawning. I'm trying to get my sleep schedule back on track because I've been waking up really early during the vacation. June 15th, 2024, day 2 of my trip. I was sharing a room with M and PJ. PJ was in the top bunk. I was in the bottom bunk, and M was in a little nook. I couldn't sleep well with PJ tossing and turning. Then I got up too early, so I used the bathroom and read for a bit. I did sleep again, but not for long. PJ thought it was funny to play a screaming goat to wake me up. I was grumpy for a while, to say the least. Also, M will insult someone and laugh as if it's a funny joke. It's not, since she was making fun of my intelligence. We made 2 trips to Walmart today. June 16th, 2024, day 3. I slept better today. I got up and dressed for a nice breakfast at Layton's on 92nd in Ocean City, Maryland. We came back to the condo. I wanted to stay so I could read and shower in peace. They all wanted to go to the beach. My mom bribed me with a Wawa hoagie to go. I accepted because I love their hoagies. Beach sucked. I had to pull an all-terrain cart with me. It isn't, because it did terrible in the sand. We stayed until 2:30 p.m. I also made reservations for the 13 of us at the Finn's bar place. Everything was fine until the ride home. PJ went with me and my mom. As we arrived back at the condo, he asked me to stop swearing in front of Kay, who is SN's daughter, to which my mom agreed with him. I took it to heart because I don't filter myself. I do it at work because I don't want to lose my job. I texted Becca what happened. She told me I could call her, which I did. Sorry. I made little notes of the name changes, the letter changes. Let's see. The minute I started talking, she was saying, "Oh, hell no." She didn't like that I was crying and asked me what happened. I told her. She agrees that what happened was fucked up. After I hung up, I switched beds with Mom. I told her that she knew why I was upset. She clarified that he wanted me to not do it in front of Kay. Yet JN never asked me to stop. Kay has no problems with J, A, and A's family swearing. Only me, which makes me angry. I want this vacation to be over. I'm tired of feeling like everyone here has a problem with me. June 17th, 2024, which is day 4. Everyone had breakfast at JN's place except me. I had been woken up-ish around 1 a.m. because of B and G being put into our condo for the night. God, I hate these crap sticky notes. However, K and SN are gone. They left this morning, so B and G are staying in the other condo. Then A, C, JN, and someone else went parasailing at 2 p.m. I spent the day in the condo, read a ton more of my book. Mom, J, M, and PJ went to the pool. Around 7-ish p.m., we'd gone to Ocean City, Maryland boardwalk. It was so much fun. Got Dad a new shirt, and I got to go on a haunted house ride with PJ. Poor PJ was afraid before the ride started, but he was relaxed through it all. I got plenty scared, but I have been scared during scary rides. I just never actually screamed. Jason Voorhees and Michael Myers were actors for the ride, too. We headed back to our vehicle after 8 p.m., almost 9 p.m., got back home around 9:30. It's after midnight, and I'm still awake. So, oops, I need to change that. June 18th, 2024. It's supposed to be day 5. I accidentally wrote day 4 again. I finished Twisted Lies by Anna Young. It was so good. That was the 4th and final book in that Twist series. I also got paid today. Took Mom and M out for breakfast too. Then went to Walmart. A planned to have us all go out to putt-putt. As the day wore on, my cramps also got worse. S burned the burgers and chicken to charcoal. I wanted to tell Dad that I missed his grilled food. I don't like overly burnt food. It's gross for me. However, Mom interrupted me mid-sentence. I was going to say, Dee's husband made charcoal out of the burgers and chicken, but I was only able to say Dee's full name, or Dee's first name. As I was on the phone with Becca, I had went into the only bedroom to take the call. A and Mom got into an argument about me. I was talking smack about someone. I later find out that it's her mom. and how I'm not joining the family fun. 1, I wasn't talking smack. I had been interrupted. 2, it's a misunderstanding. 3, things I want to do, I know they don't want to do. Like go back to the OCMD boardwalk or a bookstore. I'll talk to Amber tomorrow. June 19th, 2024, day 6. I spent some time with the family, told A that it was a misunderstanding. I'm hoping she understands that I'd never want ill will on her and her family. We went to Bethany Beach, got my toes wet in the ocean. My mood has been improving because my period is almost over. Yay! That was like the worst part of the trip. Later on, we went to JN's condo for dinner. First time having Old Del Paso taco seasoning. Wasn't great, but JN put some sauteed onions in the meat. Then my mom, A, J, C, JN, and myself went to Secrets nightclub for the first time. Kinda boring because not a lot happening. Got carded twice. Lol. Oh, and I bought my first Lorcana deck box. It's so pretty. I might show you later. June 20th, 2024. I kind of have to fix this. Kind of switch off. Day 7. I was able to finally go to the bookstore close by. Got a few books. 1 signed copy of an R.L. Stine book for myself. A puzzle book for my sister. A Goosebumps book for PJ. I have a 3rd book that's signed in my whole book collection. Everyone is at the pool while I do laundry, which is fine with me. Yeah. That I have the other 2 books I have. One is from a Emily Duncan book, and the other, I can't remember what the other book is, but yeah, I have 2. Did have quite a few thanks to Anne M. Martin, but me being a dumbass didn't realize it was her signed copies, so that's my fault. Then we went to the boardwalk in OCMD one last time, and the sticky note finally fell. I was eager to buy some souvenirs for myself. I bought some Taylor Swift inspired bracelets, which I'm currently wearing right now. I have Love Story. This one's a little red heart here. And Bad Blood. Love Story was a song I did for a English class back in middle school, which I loved. And Bad Blood, it just kind of stuck in my head thanks to Kendrick Lamar. And 2 crystals from the Dreamweaver shop. I got a crystal that looked like they came from a geode, and one that is a pillar for myself. Both were rose quartz, perfect for A. Basically, a rose quartz is associated with gentleness, love, and fertility. It also helps reset the heart chakra, release stress, and promote circulation and skin health. A needs it for love and stress, I think. I need it for stress as well, but now for the skin health. Delaware is considered a hard water state. It's got calcium and magnesium in the water, which calls my skin the water softener, to react the way it did because Native, the body wash, couldn't have. They have truly no harsh chemicals, and Delaware puts water softener in it. My skin hated it. I'm not sure if you can see, but yeah, you can see right there. The random bumps on my skin. Like, not my doing. I have bumps up here on my arm. Natural bumps. If I can pull up the sleeve enough. And it's been a thing that I've had for ages. Since the day I was born. But the skin condition that I currently have, like, I have very sensitive skin. I always have. But yeah, you can tell definitely that it's not normal because it was itching the entire time. Alright, so June 21st, 2024, which is technically day 8. I could barely sleep on the couch. I fell asleep at 1:14 a.m. to 3:03 a.m. Woke up and moved to the floor. Was able to fall asleep at 3:17 a.m. to 5:38 a.m. I wasn't able to sleep again. We packed the last minute things. A had a nasty attitude in the morning. Jay and PJ were with Mom and me. We got to Wawa for breakfast and for Diesel. I stayed in the car with PJ. Got them to the airport around 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. I gave J, A, PJ, and M a hug. Said bye to D. Mom and I headed home, only stopping at another Wawa for food, drink, and Diesel. We got home around 1:30 p.m. That was my week. So yeah, I will say that, I did a little bit more digging. Like I said, Delaware has it's got lead in the water, so that's why they put water softener in it. But I have very sensitive skin, so the entire time, it didn't show up till day 1 after I washed my hands, but it was only on my hands at the time. And then after I took a shower by, I want to say day 3, it started showing up. I could feel it on my neck a little bit, but it wasn't too excessive. But it was mostly from my elbow here down. I don't know if you can see it. And so when I learned that it was the water softener, because Native is a very popular brand. It's got no parabens, it's got no sulfate, it's got no bad chemicals in it, none at all. But it wasn't helping hydrate my skin. So it felt like it, with that plus the water softener, made it 10 times worse. And it is also on my legs. It's totally on my legs. But, yeah, so I was very angry about that, because it's Delaware is an amazing state to visit. It really is beautiful and gorgeous. And if you get the chance, I highly recommend going there. But, I mean, seriously, I do not want to stay there more than a day, because after learning all of that stuff about Delaware and the hard water and them having water softener, it doesn't help at all. But when I got home, I hopped in the shower. Well, I technically hopped in a bath. And because I have Dove dryness relief in my bathroom, I put that on. I scrubbed myself with that, and then I've technically accidentally passed out during that day, and then after that day, when I got up, I hopped back in the tub again because I was itching, and scrubbed myself with the Dove Dry Relief yet again. And then today I did the same thing. Hopped in the bath when I felt myself itching and scrubbed myself with the Dove Dry Relief. Now, none of these places are meant to be sponsored or affiliated, but I get to show you my rose quartz crystal. I kind of had it in the windowsill last night to give me power, because that's usually what happens. But yeah, this is a little rose quartz. Ain't it pretty? So yeah, there's my rose quartz. If you give me just 1 second, I will go get my my signed copy of my R.L. Stein book. So yeah. The book I got for my nephew PJ was called Go Eat Worms, because I thought it was funny for him to read it. But then I learned something really, really odd. Apparently their reading systems kind of changed, because I can't be the only one who finds it weird that the books that are sold in stores and stuff are meant to help with reading and stuff. Like K for kindergarten, grade 1 for first grade, 2 for second grade, 3 for third grade, and so on and so forth. You're supposed to read up to your level and stuff like that. No. Now elementary schools do it by color, which is why? Why must it be color coded? It makes zero sense to me, because I don't know what books are gonna help with somebody who's in the white color group or the blue color group. You know what I'm saying? Where's the numbers to match with the grade you're in? I don't miss elementary school. But yeah. So, here's my book. My R.L. Stein book, Slime Doesn't Pay. I may or may not read it for my podcast one day. Yeah. Patch. So, here it is. His signature. I was so excited when I saw this in the bookstore. I was like, yes. And the best part is, it was tax-free, because it was in Delaware. So yeah. Those were my little souvenirs. And tomorrow I'm going to give my sister her gift. I know she likes puzzle books. And I know she likes to read murder mysteries. So, I found a puzzle book there called How to Solve a Murder. And it's basically word problems that you're supposed to help figure out who done it, in a way. I can't wait to see her reaction to it. I really, really can't. But yeah, down in the description will be my social media. You can go see all the photos I took on my vacation. I forgot to write down Assateague. Assateague Island is full of wild horses. Oh my god, it was so beautiful. I loved to see the horses. I am such a big horse lover, and not in that way. Like, I've always wanted to learn how to horseback ride. That's always been one of the things I wanted to learn as a kid. And third grade, it was a friend's birthday party, and it was out in the middle of bumblefuck no man's land in Pennsylvania. But it was like a horse ranch, and everybody got to ride on a horse and stuff like that. It was the greatest birthday party I've ever been to, and I wish my parents had the money to have been able to afford that kind of stuff. But getting to do that and have it as a core memory from my childhood is just so grand. I have a lot of terrible stuff growing up, but that was the one thing that made me happy was the Linvilla Orchards was like a fairground, and it was only ever in the fall area. They had the best homemade apple cider in the entire world. And this is also in Pennsylvania. So I highly recommend taking a chance to go there and stuff like that. It is very popular. It does have wasps, so fair warning. That was the one thing I hated was the wasps. Duh. They have some balls on them to approach people. But yeah, I was absolutely so thrilled. And every time I went, I always wanted to go on the horses and stuff. It was the best place to get like fresh apples, and get to have fun with rides and things. Then there was, like I said, the horseback riding, and then Locust Lake is another one. I'm sure that their camping prices are outrageous nowadays. But that's also another core feature of mine in my memories. A good kind of memory. I loved camping back when I was a kid. Now I can't stand it because I don't like, one, getting dirty, 2, I don't like mosquitoes, and 3, it's just not good for my back anymore. But Locust Lake was so great, but it is also a little tainted with a bad memory where I had a fishhook stuck in my toe, and the park ranger had to come cut the fishing line because some stupid prick child made an exclamation of, "Hey, look what I caught!" to all of us, and me being a curious, friendly little child, I ran over to see, and then that's when I got my pinky toe stuck in the fishhook. I did go to the hospital. They cut off the barbed part of the tip, and then pulled it out, and then dunked my foot in iodine. I remember it was iodine because it was yellow. I was holding my dad and my brother Chip's hand tightly as I was experiencing the pain. Yeah. My childhood was good and bad, like I'm sure most of everybody's. But reading has always been an escape of mine, so that is why I started up the sorry, I'm getting distracted by my book. It's why I would always escape to books. And it's why I started the podcast, The Book Nerd, because I love to read, but I know a lot of people out there despise it. And it's like, why? You can find some really great stories out in the world, as long, like, it might not have to be a curricular kind of book, like The Catcher in the Rye, The Grapes of Wrath. I've heard of some people having to read that. Shakespeare, stuff like that. There's some great books out there that aren't in the curriculum, like Harry Potter, Goosebumps. Oh god, there was this one trilogy. I always remember this trilogy, but I can never remember the book titles because it was so weird and out of my book realm, like my book genre realm, kind of. But I really did enjoy the trilogy. It was all about vampires, and certain vampires would turn into ghosts if they don't live properly, or and no, it's not the House of Night series, or they would turn into full-fledged vampires. But yeah, it was a couple and stuff like that. It's hard to remember, because I read that in middle school, but I still remember it, which is so freaky. But anyways, yeah, I've been rambling on for too long. So, yay. I love this book. I can't wait to read it. Like I said, I finished Twisted Lies. I am currently reading King of Wrath by Anna Young. She helped pull me out of my reading slump. For the first time in like 5-6 years, I was actually able to complete a reading goal on Goodreads. Yay. So, yeah. And then I've got this little crystal to help relieve my stress while I'm at work, because I can't strangle nobody, despite me wanting to strangle stuffed animals. Anywho, so yeah, that does it for this video. I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye! Mwah! I'll see you next time.